Good morning, guys. I wanted to do a quick video for everybody before I started sitting down to produce my analysis for this rest of the week. And yeah, let's go, I suppose. 1 second here. Just a quick problem with my situation here. Anyway, so let's go. As you guys can see this week, I have one trade running here on Euro that I shared a bit earlier this morning. We have 1.42 and 1.84 targets hitting. Wanted a little bit higher here, but we were not that lucky. This sort of channel kind of extends a little bit, and we'll see if it's gonna... I think it's already baited a little bit here, but anyway. Music a little loud, 1 second.
Local recording stopped.
So, and you can see my trade was shared here. It's a little bit slow morning this morning, so that's the trade. We also shared an oil, which resulted in a full stop loss. And yeah, right now I just have that single risk reward, single trade risk total here. And from beginning of 14th of February till, well, the end of this week, which would be soon, but you know, February 20, we have had a 326% account gain, which is reflected over here in the AH. So you can see that this one here, so obviously this looks a little shitty, but this is, maybe we should kind of delete some of that. It's a little ugly. Some of this could be deleted, I think. Don't really need to show it unless absolutely necessary. Just a little bit of it so it becomes a little cleaner. Let's take a look here. That didn't do it. Set up, and this should be AI. Where is it? This one, right? That didn't help, I guess. Okay. Let's try again. A little bit more, but not too many. I'll keep a few of them there. Okay. I don't know if that helped a bit, but basically we had a very nice day yesterday. We basically made 100% gain on the account. We risked, I think, perhaps upwards of 10-15% of the account. So that's why this was possible. And yeah. And these would be other simulations I run with the same results, but this is 10% fees included with 2% risk and max $10,000 per trade. So they're a bit similar right now as they're not maxed out on their risk, but in the other full spreadsheet you will see it. And most of the trading I did was short term, and total risk reward yesterday was around 26. I shared the data on Node and on X. And then we have total risk reward in the period is 45%. So 450%, sorry, 4,500% return on investment with a profit factor of 2.97, which you can see is all based on the profit that's taken all the way over here. So for example, we have, 1,000, then this becomes this little formula here where we have 0.9 times R0.6 if it's a win. And if it's a loss, it's a 1.1.9 point R6. So that's based on just a naked result of 2% over here. So this would be a naked 2% result, right? And you can see it's indirect set 13, which is this one here. So that's 2%. You can see all the formulas and all the results are based on the things that I'm saying here. And in this case, we made 4,410 because we're removing 10%. But if we don't remove the fees, we made 4,900 if we didn't include the fees. So that's how this works. That's the 2% profit here. And then let me just check. And this would be 5K per trade. So like 2 times 5,000 would be, and then, yeah. So that's, all the numbers are correct, right? So that was the day yesterday. Very nice risk reward returns on the ES and NQ. And then a little bit more slower start on everything else. So yeah, I wanted to look at that, and Now let's look at some of the data here of my blog. So we have 133 or 32. I think it's 132. And then I have 9 paid subscribers now. So I just wanted to say that there's one more spot left to get in for. The price should be 18, by the way. I'll probably increase it to 25, get a little bit cheaper than what my block should be based on my formula. But this is the last chance to subscribe for 50. It's not time. This is wrong. Sorry about that. This is correct, but this one is wrong. So it's the last chance to subscribe for 15 euros per month or 150 per year, okay? And after that, generally my subscription cost will follow the information that's set here. Keep in mind, I changed the numbers a little bit, so it's a bit similar at the beginning, but a little cheaper. But at the end, the prices have been cut also slightly, but also generally more similar. And I changed my my expected return formula with 0.25% risk per trade. Now that's not exactly what it looks like when I'm taking the trades on the blog, but I'm not recommending people to risk like that with real money. I'm just comfortable risking between 5 and 10%. So for example, on the long-term tracker, I have 16 positions here. So if that's 2% risk per trade, that's essentially 32% risk in the account. Yeah, 32%, because each of these executions represent 2% risk. So this is potentially up to 32% risk, right? But many of these are also break even on their individual stop losses right now and stuff. So the real risk is not, but at the time that these trades were taken, effectively that's the risk that was in play. So you can see this is also how I pull off phenomenal returns. And that's due to the high risk, right? And if you look at the completed data, and look at and this is how I've always been doing it. You can see even then, there are big drawdowns. This is probably like from 5 million to 4 million in probably 2 weeks. So it's 25% drawdown or 20%. But overall, I don't really mind. Like I look at the bigger picture, right? And I trust my management of risk and other things more so than just the naked risk of risk, so to speak. So what I recommend for people who are following my stuff here is that they would have a fake money account and a demo account or just a paper trade account and log it with 25% risk per trade. So that 16 positions would not be 32% risk. It would be closer to 5 or 6% risk in total if you followed the full risk there. And then I've included what the expected return will be. From 5,000 up to 12 months, month 0 to 12, 5K would become 95,000 in the last 365 days. So I just wanted to say that we are getting, we have the last position for paid subscription. And I'm checking here that if we unlock the next paid subscription, I'm kind of already behaving like that in terms of the things that I will plan for the blog. But if we get to 10 paid subscribers, I'm probably just continuing the same behavior. I'm making a founder journal pretty much, every day at this stage. So there you go. And there are, however, more things I will unlock based on more things. So more subscribers will still unlock more benefits. There will be potential mentorship. I will make some special videos that I will teach some of the best things I've ever learned from studying myself and my experience. These special founder series, one-to-one mentorship comes at 200 paid subscribers, and this would be for the founders, of course. So all of that is in play. And now let's take a look at some of the markets here. So Euro, I had the trades going. This looks a little bit like it's gonna be a stop loss, if I have to be completely honest, which also makes sense. But we had the 2 targets here hit, so that's good. And you can see that I locked those 2 targets in my short term. You can see they're right there, exactly those risk rewards, 1.42 actually, so it's a little bit less, sorry about that. And we have 1.84, so that is how it should be. Now I will go to the dollar here, and here we are. So I think we're gonna get some news tomorrow. This arrow was from last time, and we've come up and we are starting to come lower now. I still think this arrow is in play, so I don't really want to change anything here. Probably I'll just, yeah, that's just it. I'll just keep it like that pretty much. Don't edit anything unnecessarily. And for euro, that means that, you know, we have obviously this arrow, and you can see my longer term trade is in effect that I bought from right there. So that's that. And pound has been a little bit stronger, and I've been drawing this arrow, and you can see ever since we've been coming a bit higher. So nothing's really changed here. I'll probably just change this to like a gray arrow, and I'm not too aggressive with my targets here. Might see some euro strength come in. And ES,
Local recording stopped.
I still think we have this. I have a long-term trade from down here that's still in play, and I feel that, you know, it's still gonna look a bit like this. I still think there's a 60% probability that even if we come down, we should still trade higher, approximating these predictions. And this one,
Recording stopped.
yeah, I feel that this one doesn't necessarily have to come up here. So I feel like this arrow is in play. We could make it a little higher. I would say though, I feel we could be trading lower below this today. I definitely think that could happen. So I'll just make some kind of arrow, like approximately. I think we could come down here today or tomorrow.
Local
And
recording
that's
stopped.
the wrong market here, but that's oil from the last period. And you can kind of see we've been stuck. I wasn't really sure, but I slightly felt like we could be trading, you know, lower. And I was wrong about that. From my last analysis video, I was wrong about that. But I think above here or below here, we should see more movement. And I don't really feel too much different here. But I think generally we could be trading higher. But I'm very, very certain with my prediction there. Gold, I had a trade. Unfortunately, the trade I took got stopped out, and I was very focused on other things after that. So we came down, found some support, and ran higher. But the arrow has still, you know, it's still in play here. But I would probably just do this. I think generally we are speaking higher, but I don't know if we need to come down a little bit now. I feel like we could be coming down. But I still think overall this is a bullish market. And Bitcoin. It's beginning to feel a bit bullish. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not sure if this is my favorite market to be engaged in, but yeah, here we are. Ethereum could be a bit similar, like run higher. So that's my little 13-minute video that I will be uploading for everybody. And now I'll move over to my darlings in the founder section. So cheers, guys. Good night. Good morning.